guys. All right, imagine this. You pull into a quiet, modern showroom, expecting to see another bulky RV. And instead, this rolls into view. Clean, sculpted, calm, almost automotive. This doesn't look like a camper that wants to escape the city. It looks like a camper that belongs in it. And that's exactly why the upcoming 2026 Chevrolet camper is getting so much attention. Before we dive in, quick thing. If you enjoy calm, honest reviews of futuristic campers, motorhomes, and luxury vehicles that feel real, hit the like button, subscribe, and stay with me. It really helps the channel, and trust me, you'll want to see what's coming next. Now let's talk about this Chevy, because this is not your typical RV story. From the very first glance, the design tells you everything you need to know. Chevrolet didn't try to build a house on wheels. They built a luxury vehicle that just happens to be livable. The front end feels familiar if you've driven a modern Chevy SUV. Sharp headlights, a confident grille, and a stance that feels planted, not top-heavy. It doesn't scream RV. It quietly says, "I've got this." The body lines flow smoothly from front to back, almost like the camper is moving even when it's standing still. No boxy add-ons, no awkward roof extensions. Everything feels integrated, especially that raised roof section, which looks aerodynamic rather than bulky. This matters more than people realize, because visually, it tells your brain this thing will be stable, quiet, and comfortable on long drives. And those wheels? They're not just there to roll, they're there to impress. Sporty alloys with subtle gold accents give this camper a premium, almost performance-inspired feel. It's the kind of detail that makes you forget you're looking at something meant for sleeping and cooking. Around the sides, you'll notice tinted windows, flush-mounted storage panels, and clean utility access points. Nothing feels cluttered. Everything feels intentional. Even the rear ladder, which usually looks industrial on campers, blends in nicely here. Almost like it belongs on a high-end SUV rather than a motorhome. Now, step inside, or at least imagine stepping inside. Because this is where the real personality of this camper shows up. Chevrolet clearly understood one thing. People don't just want space anymore. They want peace. And the interior reflects that. The color palette stays calm. Whites, soft blacks, gentle metallic accents. No loud patterns. No visual noise. It feels like a modern apartment that learned how to move. The front cabin feels more like a luxury car than an RV. A modern steering wheel, digital displays, and a large touchscreen that doesn't feel bolted on as an afterthought. Everything is angled toward the driver, which subconsciously makes you feel in control. This matters, especially for people who feel nervous driving larger vehicles. The seats swivel, which is a small detail with a big emotional payoff. When you park, the driver's seat stops being a work position and becomes part of the living space. That shift, from driving to relaxing, feels natural instead of forced. Moving into the main living area, the layout stays compact but smart. A dinette that comfortably seats 4, then quietly transforms when needed. Storage everywhere, but hidden well enough that the space never feels crowded. Large side windows let in light without sacrificing privacy, and the lighting itself is soft and warm. Not harsh, not clinical. This is the kind of interior that makes you want to slow down. Sit longer. Talk more. Put your phone away. The kitchen follows the same philosophy. It's not trying to impress you with size, it's impressing you with efficiency. Everything is right where you expect it to be. A compact cooktop, a clean countertop, smart storage, and lighting that makes the space feel larger than it actually is. You can imagine making coffee in the morning without bumping into corners or feeling boxed in. Then there's the sleeping area. And this is where Chevy really understood their audience. The bed fits snugly across the rear, maximizing comfort without pretending the van is wider than it is. Soft materials, reading lights, USB ports, proper ventilation. All the things that make sleep feel normal. Not improvised. It feels cozy, not cramped. Even the bathroom, which is usually the weakest point in campers, feels thoughtfully done. Compact, yes, but clean and efficient. Everything has a purpose. Nothing feels like wasted space. And somehow, it still manages to feel more like a spa than a survival setup. Now, let's talk about what's under the hood. Because this camper isn't just about looking good while parked. While exact specs haven't been officially confirmed, this Chevy camper is expected to use a reliable Chevrolet powertrain designed for smooth highway cruising rather than aggressive towing. That means steady acceleration, predictable handling, and a driving experience that feels closer to a large SUV than a traditional RV. And that's the key word here, confidence. This camper isn't trying to intimidate you. It's trying to make you feel comfortable behind the wheel. Comfortable enough that long drives feel manageable. Comfortable enough that you don't hesitate to take it through cities, highways, or scenic routes. Fuel efficiency, for its class, is expected to be reasonable. Not magical, but realistic. And that honesty matters. This isn't marketed as a miracle machine. It's marketed as a smart upgrade for people who want freedom without chaos. When it comes to features, this camper quietly checks all the right boxes. Modern infotainment, driver assistance tech, climate control designed for living, not just driving, smart lighting, practical storage. Everything works together instead of competing for attention. Now the big question everyone's asking, price. While official numbers aren't locked in yet, expectations place this camper somewhere in the upper mid-range to premium category. Not budget, not extreme luxury either. Think of it as a bridge, more refined than most traditional campers, but still approachable compared to ultra-luxury motorhomes. And honestly, that pricing makes sense, because this isn't built for hardcore off-roaders or full-time RV retirees. It's built for professionals, couples, and modern travelers who want something that fits their lifestyle and their self-image. This camper doesn't say, "I've escaped society." It says, "I travel on my own terms." And that's why this design works so well emotionally. It doesn't try to be loud. It doesn't try to prove anything. It feels mature, confident, finished. If Chevrolet brings this camper to market even close to what we're seeing here, it could quietly change how people think about campers altogether. Less like rolling houses, more like luxury mobility spaces. So now I want to hear from you. Would you choose something like this over a traditional RV? Or do you still prefer the rugged, boxy camper look? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And if you enjoyed this calm, honest review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with someone who loves the idea of quiet luxury on wheels. Because the future of travel might not be louder or bigger. It might just be better designed.